5 News This Morning starts now.
It's another exciting day as more students head back to class. We have live team coverage. Reporter Jacob Luthi is in Fayetteville. Emily Moss there in Siloam Springs. They'll join us here in just a few minutes for the first day back.
And for today, maybe a degree or two cooler, but still going to be pretty warm and sticky, and we'll have storm chances return. We'll talk more about it here coming up.
We really wanted to look at what we could do for the 3 girls that was left behind.
And how the Prairie Grove community is putting together a fundraiser to help the children with the couple murdered at Devil's End State Park.
A live look outside in Bentonville this morning. A beautiful sunrise here at 6:30. Thanks for waking up with us. And a lot of those kids are right now, those alarms going off. We feel for you, but a new year, a new exciting time.
A new year. I feel like the sun's been showing out for people in those back to school pictures. So maybe just look the positive side of it. You're going to be home by 4 p.m.
There we go. We like that.
I was going to say, going back to my first days of school, I'm trying to remember, I think we had 1 or 2 days where it was just pouring rain. Thankfully, we had like a little awning under or above my porch. Otherwise, yeah, those pictures would be kind of a downer.
Yeah, it would be. It'd ruin everything. Will it rain today?
Well, it looks like it's going to hold off for now. So if you get those pictures, probably the earlier the better. But we are seeing some activity off to our left, or west, I should say. Left, west. Same thing, I guess. Rogers currently 69 degrees. Now, Rogers School Community District still have 1 day left, but maybe you're kind of getting a little bit antsy, a little bit of the scaries, a little bit as they're called. You're kind of fearing for school, but it's good. It's anxious. It's nervous energy. 66 for Dew Point, 69 again for the temperature. A lot of cloud cover out there. So if you are heading out to the bus stop, whether it be in Bentonville for the first day, Fayetteville for the first day, Siloam Springs, wherever it may be, temperatures will be for the most part in the 70s. By noon or recess will be in the 80s, and then some pop-up storms are possible for this afternoon. Again, I would maybe just keep the umbrella handy just in case, but for the most part, I think we stay dry this morning. Better chance this afternoon. See it here through 3 to 5 o'clock. See those storm icons popping up. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s, low 90s for northwest Arkansas, into the mid 90s for the River Valley. Could feel like close to 100. Again, can't rule out a stray shower because you can see this activity again just off to our west. Notice how it's moving very slow. It's going to take a couple of hours to get here. So thankfully, for the vast majority of us, if it does get here, I think many kids will already be at school. But we'll talk more about those rain chances as well as the heat on the way coming up in your full forecast. For now, we'll take a live look at traffic on this Tuesday morning. Take a live look along Highway 412 in Siloam Springs, where that school district is starting their first day. Best of luck to students and teachers all across the region, whether you've started already or starting today or about to start. Again, best of luck. We'll have more on that forecast coming up in just a little bit. Joe and Tiffany.
All right, thank you, Danny. Well, back to school week continues. Several more of our districts returning to class today.
5 News reporter joins us live at Southside Elementary, Siloam Springs. Emily, good morning. A lot of people excited for that first day of school.
Good morning, Joe and Tiffany. Lots of people, of course, are excited. We're starting to see some teachers pull in for that first day of school, and the bell here rings at 7:40, so we should start to see some kids showing up pretty soon for that brand new free breakfast law. On top of that law and also the new cell law, there are some changes coming to Siloam Springs this school year. There are 7 schools in total in the district. Assistant Superintendent Joe McClung tells me they're seeing enrollment growth year after year, but with school choice and the choice of homeschool, McClung says they are constantly coming up with ideas of how to stand out as a smaller district in a rapidly growing area.
We do have growth and we have lots of opportunities here, but also too, you still have that small town feel here as well. It's a wonderful community, a wonderful atmosphere, and it's a place where you can move and still have that community feel of a small town, but also too know that there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of industry in the area as well.
As for those state law changes, when it comes to the bell-to-bell no-cell law, the district already had a policy like that in place for their middle school, so there aren't any changes there. At the high school, students were allowed to use their phones during passing or lunchtime, and now obviously they will not be able to. Their phones will have to be kept inside their lockers, inside their backpacks, and turned off. But here at Siloam Springs, they also have their own personal new policy this year they're rolling out, including some free school supplies for those K to 8 grades, so that way everybody has a chance to be ready for that first day of school today. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Emily. Well, this school year, a new law is in effect for Arkansas. aiming to provide more protections in the classroom for teachers and students. The law prohibits students who were removed from the classroom due to violent behavior from being placed in a class with the teacher or student that the violent behavior was directed towards.
Meanwhile, an Arkansas program is offering funding for school expenses. Eligible K through 12 students can receive over $6,000. Back in March, the governor of Arkansas announced the applications are open to all students for the school year. The money can go toward private, tuition, tutoring, and other services. Applications opened this past March. Well, back to school for students in Fayetteville. Thousands returning to the classrooms there today.
5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is live there with a look at what students and parents can expect this new school year. Good morning, Jacob.
Yeah, good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Joe. We are here at the transportation office as part of the Fayetteville School District. It has been a busy morning. 10,000 students are expected to start class today. 5,000 of those expected to ride on these buses. They've been going back and forth. You know, you probably see them behind me right now. They're just leaving. It has been a really busy morning here. This is kind of what keeps this well-oiled machine running. And this is a large school district, and there's a lot of changes that we spoke about. The new metal detectors at the junior high and the high school, as well as the cell-to-cell No Bell Act, right? This district-wide and statewide push for phone-free schools. But there's a lot of expansive projects happening in this district as well, starting with a lot of big construction projects. Now with Woodland Junior High School, that they're going to be starting construction on that, as well as the conversion of the John L. Colbert to a junior high, both set to open in August 2027. The new Ramey campus is planned to follow, pending voter approval of a millage extension in March, with a target opening of August 2028. District officials say the Ramey project is still in early design stages and will require coordination with the city before construction can begin. Now, construction is also underway on a new parking garage at the high school. This has been going on for years, with the completion expected by spring 2027. The project is going to add 450 spots, which brings the total to 1,000. The district says that that's a much needed upgrade for a campus of 2,600 students. But before all of that gets completed, Superintendent John Mulford says that he's just looking forward to an exciting first day of school.
Kids come back, teachers come back, parents, everybody's excited. There's just a really cool vibe in there. And so I look forward to getting out in the buildings and seeing the smiles on everybody's face, see people reuniting, you know, after summer off, and just really launching another successful school year.
So a lot of big changes coming to the school district, as I mentioned, and especially that's expected with a school district this size. And Mulford says he also wants people to be a little extra patient this morning and for the first couple of weeks really in front of these campuses, even those who maybe don't have schools or students going to these schools, just making sure if you pass one of these schools on your commute, give yourselves a little extra time. Remember the bus laws. There are a lot of students who will be making their way to classes these next couple of weeks. I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
Thanks for that, Jacob. Well, the city of Fayetteville is asking residents on the east side and Goshen to cut back on water use. East of Crossover Road, especially neighborhoods off Highway 45, Highway 16, and Wyman Road are the most impacted. They're asking people to avoid non-essential water use to help the system recover and prevent possible outages during these extreme temperatures.
In continuing coverage, we're learning that convicted killer Grant Hardin was misclassified by the Department of Corrections before he escaped from the Calico Rock prison nearly 2 weeks earlier this year. The DOC director confirming that the development during a meeting Monday night, saying Hardin should have been inside a maximum security facility, but that miscalculation placed him in medium security. The director says the error also affected the placement of several other prisoners. 2 workers at Calico Rock Prison have been fired for security breaches that led, they say, to Hardin's escape. Hardin is now back in custody and at the Varner Supermax prison, where he's serving 2 sentences for murder and rape.
Well, the city of Prairie Grove is planning a fundraiser for the children of the couple killed in the Devil's Den attack. Clinton and Kristen Brink were stabbed while hiking. The suspect, Andrew McGann, has been charged with capital murder in connection to the case. The Brinks had just moved to Prairie Grove a couple of weeks before the tragedy. The fundraiser will be Saturday, September 6th, with food, live music, and an auction. The mayor says he hopes the event will show the Brinks children that the community stands with them.
And let's just be honest, they showed it in their actions. They sacrificed their lives to save those little girls. And those little girls sit here today because Dad and Mom was willing to sacrifice and protect.
You can find all the details about the fundraiser on our website, which is 5newsonline.com.
President Trump announcing that he is placing the Washington, D.C. Police Department under direct federal control and deploying National Guard troops to the nation's capital. The declaration is part of what the president says is a crusade against crime in Washington. National Guard troops are expected to begin appearing on D.C. streets in coming days. And an explosion at a U.S. steel plant in Pennsylvania on Monday shook the ground for at least 15 miles in every direction. We're also learning there were 2 confirmed deaths from this. The Clairton plant employs nearly 1,300 people and has had previous safety incidents. The explosion happened in what's called the reversing room that regulates ovens. Rescuers immediately jumped in to find survivors.
They have been working together for many, many hours now at this point. That evolved into 10 folks that were transported and treated.
Officials say the plant is now stable and air quality in the area is within federal standards. Out of those that were transported there from the scene, 5 are in critical but stable condition, while the other 5 are treated and released from the hospital. The Clairton plant manufactures coke, a type of fuel used to melt iron ore. Well,